Buenas noches. Hola, ¿qué pasó? What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a few minutes actually. That's why I'm in here. Sans. We lost a member of our crew this weekend. His name is CBA, and in his honor, I'm going to do a real quick honor for CBA. Here you go, buddy. We miss you. Will always remember you.
That was clean.
That was clean. Yeah, it has been a minute. This is Kaotic Sports Sunday evenings we go from 6:24 to 8 o'clock, right? Isn't that our usual time?
We can make the time.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly. We can do whatever we want. Yes. Good evening. I am Jeremy G, the Jew. Down in the engineering room is B. What is going on? It's been about a month since we've been on the air. Our schedules have been summarized. And by I say summarized means as in they've been shortened because of the summer, traveling, random weekends where like, yeah, I feel good. No, it's not going to happen. So it is actually really good to be back. It's really good to talk about a little bit of sports. There's been some stuff going on since we've been gone. The last time we were here, Kawhi and Paul George deal had just been done. So we were excited about that. We were talking a lot about that. There hasn't been a lot to talk about basketball since then. But the thing there has been a lot to talk about is baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers, who are now the second favorite to win the World Series. They were the first favorite before the trade deadline. They are the second favorite. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the Dodgers are still on fire. They're still doing gangbusters, winning 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, just taking care of business every damn series. And it's been fun to watch. And they are playing the Yankees in a couple weeks. That'll be even funner. If that's a word, I've been hearing it.
It is a word.
I've been hearing it in commercials, so it must be true. Yeah, it'll be funner in a couple of months, in a couple of weeks. So, like I said, I'm gonna start the watch party here on Facebook. So, pardon my pause here. And I woke up in the beautiful state of Nevada this morning. So, if I'm a little bit slower today, I apologize. There was actually. This is my first drink of the weekend. I went to Vegas for the night, and this is my first drink of the weekend.
Really?
Yeah. I went with my kid. What am I gonna do? Even when I put her to bed, it was
Yeah, put her to bed and go.
I put her to bed at midnight. I'm not gonna start drinking at midnight. I only do that when I'm with you.
Well, yeah. And
we did it last time, and we were out till 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
it was a good time last. I remember.
It was a fantastic time. Hold on, one second. That was for you, CBA. Wherever you are, if you're still with us, I appreciate that. So I did wake up this morning in the beautiful state of Nevada, and the wonderful city of Las Vegas. That's the second time in 3 weeks I've been there. So yes, I do have issues. I'd like to say that I'd like to thank the Nevadians and the state for allowing legal gambling because I've come home with a little bit extra money both times. It's fantastic. I sat down at a slot machine that we were watching. Okay. You want to know how gambling works when you go to Vegas with a 4-year-old?
Yeah, I do.
You are at the horrible pizza place inside the circus having dinner, and you see a gentleman, and you're sitting there, and you see a gentleman go to the same slot machine 3 times. Big black guy, reminded me of you a little bit.
Oh.
He was friendly as could be because I did have a chance to talk to him later on too, because I saw him go to the same slot machine 3 times, and when I said I'm going to the bathroom, honey. I got diverted and ended up on that slot machine with $20. It was a $1 slot machine with $20, and I put it in, and I think it was $2 or $3 a press. I can't remember. And I hit one of the jackpot spins. The bonus games.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Turns out I got the maximum bonus you could possibly get on the bonus game. It was like $300,
Awesome.
and I had no idea. And I was like really confused what was going on. And by the time I got up off the machine, I hit another bonus. A few spins later too. I looked at the guy. I said, "Hey, bud, I think you got up a little too soon off this one." He's like, "I see. Congrats." Yeah. Yeah, it was just one of those things at the corner of your eye. I'm like, I gotta figure out a way. I hadn't gambled at all. We got there. We went downstairs. We went to the pool. The pool at the Rio. We stayed at the Rio. We stayed at the Rio for 2 reasons. It's free, and it's really close to the freeway. So on and off the freeway, only going to be there for a short period of time. And I knew we were going to be traveling, from there to Circus.
And huge rooms.
Right, huge rooms. Plus there was 4 of us in the room, so I figured that would be the best case. So we took my brother-in-law with us, and it was we had a great time. And like I said, so we got there and we went to the pool. Went to Circus, and I hadn't gambled. I won some teddy bears for my daughter. We played some games. Beat my wife in air hockey, like any good husband should. And then we had. I said we had our horrible pizza dinner. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good at all, and it wasn't worth $70.
$70 or
Oh,
pizza?
it was a pizza fried raviolis, a salad, which was as generic as a salad you could possibly think, and an Italian sausage sandwich, which was literally one sausage, sauce, and cheese, and that was with 2 waters, $70. Vegas has gotten ridiculous.
Was that a sit-down restaurant?
It was an order at the counter, and they bring you your food, sit-down restaurant. So
$70?
yeah, I'm telling you. But that's
what happened to the $1.50 hot dogs you used to get?
I believe they're still out there somewhere. I did offer when we were trying to decide where we're going to go eat. I did tell the wife, would you like to walk to Slots of Fun and get food, because they were famous back in the day for their $1 foot-long hot dogs.
Yep, right next to the Westward Ho, they had the same thing.
She turned that down. You know what? I don't know why, but she turned that down. So she'd rather have me spend $70 on mediocre pizza.
Wow.
Mediocre at best pizza. It was not as good as Blaze. You know, yeah, none of the chain. It wasn't as good as any of the chains, but it wasn't the worst pizza you ever had. So, you know. So yeah, but yeah, we did a little bit of gambling, had a little bit of fun, and no drinking. So again, CBA, this one's for you. It is harder to drink when you're all by yourself.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no. Usually CBA's over here, and he'll be talking, and I'll take a drink. We got to time this a little better. Yeah, so we did try to make a bet, but by the time we got there and we it was time to go to the pool, it was we was after 6 o'clock, so only one more baseball game was left on the docket for the day for the wife to bet. So without knowing the score this morning, I did offer her the bet. It's still making the bet. We figured we knew the game, it was Seattle versus Tampa Bay, and I said, "Which team would you have gone for? Which one do you want?" She said Seattle. I said, "I'll take the bet if you want," and she said okay, and I got $20.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, you know what? If you got to take it from your wife, I mean, I will finance that bet. See, Seattle was an underdog. And speaking of underdogs, did you see what happened in the Baltimore and New York game?
You mean Baltimore and Houston?
Baltimore Orioles
versus the Houston Astros.
I'm sorry, and Houston Astros. Baltimore goes in the last 15 years is the biggest upset in baseball in the last 15 years. They were -4, started off at -420 and went up as high as -550 for the bet. So you have to put $550 on the Astros in order to win 100. So if you in reverse, if you put $100 on Baltimore, if you felt, well, screw it, let's put 100, you'd win $550. So it was Justin Verlander pitching against Baltimore, who's been absolutely dreadful lately. They've been since they had the bust up in the clubhouse with Chris Davis. Did you see that earlier this week, B?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Chris Davis, their $23 million a year player that they have on the books for 3 more years, who is statistically the worst player in baseball.
And that's the one of the highest played ones, right?
They gave him I think a 6-year, $126 million contract
after just 1 year performing.
After he had a few good years, but he's one of those big, massive dudes, and his swings just, I don't know if it's slowed down. He's the one who started off this year like 0 for 39.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's so him and he got pulled out of a game for not making a dig out. You know, the fielder threw the ball in the dirt.
Yeah, and
he kind of gave it like a, one of these, hey, I tried, but it didn't look that good. And so he got pulled out of the game and he went after his coach in the dugout. So yeah, I mean, he's a massive dude. So
it's not that guy that threw like the ball to center field after he got
No. He got traded for that. He got traded for Puig. He got traded for Puig.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was Trevor Bauer.
Okay.
Trevor Bauer gets traded from Cleveland to Cincinnati. And there's other parts that happened because it was San Diego was involved in trade somehow, but the two major parts were Trevor Bauer to Cincinnati and Puig from Cincinnati to Cleveland. Now, mind you, Cincinnati needed pitching and Cleveland needed outfield, so it worked out for both. So I'm sad to see Puig leave the city again because it almost looks like he's a problem maybe, but I think it's going to work out well for both of those people. So
he was actually acting like a problem again.
I know, but
I thought he was getting love.
Did you see the night he got traded?
He got in a fight.
He got in a fight. He tried to take the entire team. Yeah. I love that dude. I'm sorry. I want that dude on my team against your team every single time. So yeah, but Trevor Bauer got traded, and then but everything's right now in baseball is going towards the Dodgers and the Astros. The Yankees don't want to hear that. The Minnesota Twins, who are once mighty, we talked about this on the way to Vegas yesterday. There's always a team every single year that always starts off fantastic, and you think, oh my God, they're actually putting it together this year. and then they get caught after the All-Star break. And this year, that is the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins have now been caught in the standings. I believe I don't know if it's with today's games going on there.
71 and 47.
Yep, they are tied now, completely tied with the Cleveland Indians.
They are.
So 71 and 47. So yeah, but Cleveland doesn't want to hear about the Houston Astros. The Yankees have the same record as the Astros, but all the talk is the Astros. The Astros went out and they added to Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, basically 2 number ones on your team. They basically added a third, a 1A, a 1B type starter in Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke hasn't had a great postseason career, just like his ex-teammate Clayton Kershaw, but he is one of the best pitchers in baseball, and they're going to add him, and he's going to pitch Game 3 of the playoffs. You know what I mean? So if you think about that, if you're going to have Verlander and Cole, either one, usually you're going to probably put Verlander because of his the heritage, for what he's done in the past. But yeah, so it's damn amazing. So and the other thing that's amazing is that now I'm looking at it and I just can't talk about it is the Dodgers. The Astros are and Yankees are both 77 and 41. The Dodgers are 79 and 41. They are winning at a 658 clip. They're on pace to win 106 games this year. They've never won 106 games. It reminds me of 2 years ago when they were dominant, and then they took I believe they took August off a couple of years ago when they lost 16 out of 17 games. So, but it is pretty exciting right now what's going on in Dodger world.
Isn't it 13th 9-inning 13th walk-offs?
Comebacks, yeah. They had 10 last week, so I'm not sure exactly. Because I've been traveling a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's been going on, but yeah, the team that's behind them is Arizona. Okay, in the division, so the Dodgers are 79 and 41. Arizona is 59 and 59. That's just nuts. That's a 19 games lead. And I heard this on another station the other day about the biggest win, differentiation between the first place team and the thing, and the Dodgers will never get it. It was like 35 games or something like that. They would have to continue to go nuts. So yeah, but a 20-game lead, you just don't see 20-game leads. I mean, this is a team they're beating up on every division. They played their last game against the Central Division last week when they played the Cardinals, and the announcer said, "Oh yeah, they're sorry to see the Cardinals go because they're literally hitting. They were 666 again. They won 2 out of 3 versus the Central Division." And I looked at it and went, "Yeah, they're 66. They're basically 666 against everybody, except for the Angels. For some reason, we can't beat the Angels.
Wasn't that full sweep, right?
Yeah. Oh, but it's 2 games there, 2 games. It's only 4 games. So it's 2 there, 2 at our place. So." We could talk about the Angels too, because I mean the Angels, the best player in baseball. There's no doubt he's the best. Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. His numbers right before he's turning 28 years old are basically right on par, even better than Mickey Mantle, who Mickey Mantle was the shit of all the shit when he went in the 50s and in the early 60s, and he was that guy because. He was at the tail end of his career made him not legendary, truly legendary. But Mickey Mantle was the best player in baseball for a very long period of time, and they're 58 and 61, 58 and 61, with the best player in baseball. I mean, how do you do? The Dodgers just seem to tweak everything, and everything happens, and it works. If somebody gets hurt. They picked up. You know who they picked up at the All-Star break? Any of these names? Does Christopher Negron make it? Does that sound familiar?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't even want to attempt to Kazarik, I think is the name of the pitcher they picked up. Like,
didn't they just pull that guy from their minor league though?
No, because Kazarik. No, the Kazarik they traded with Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't at the break though. It was like earlier. So it's just a matter of. It's just so amazing that these guys. Negron came in and started. He had over 500 for the first week. It was nuts and how well they were doing. So it's no matter what they do, something's going right. I said that the Yankees are doing the same thing too. Because if you think about the Yankees, if you walk before the year started for the Yankees, you'd have said they need Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton to do well for them to do well. They have less than 14 home runs combined. They've been hurt the entire year. And for somehow, some way, they are 77 and 41.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. They're starting pitching in New York. It's not that good. So it's just one of those things where it's like there's something going well for you, and when you know when something's going well, in true definition, the Dodgers played last Wednesday. The Dodgers played the St. Louis Cardinals for the last time. Like I said, the last time this year. So it was a day game, and the Dodgers are getting worked. It's I think they're down 2 runs, or they're down 1 run in the 9th inning. It's man on first, and then they get a walk or no, a hit batter. So it's a walk and a hit batter on first and second. Then a wild pitch comes. So now it's second and third, and Russell Martin hits a ground ball literally up the middle where nobody was. It wasn't like, oh, I need to place this perfectly. It was a nice line drive. It was just one of those things where when things are going well for you, it happens perfectly, and when things are going against you, like they are in St. Louis, they happen against them. So it was just one of those things where it was just like, holy shit, things are going well, and I hope this continues because I'm ready to cry. I am ready to cry. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm ready to cry as a grown man. I'm ready to.
I remember when you first made that proclamation too.
Yeah, I've said it because you thought for the last 6 years in a row when you're winning the division championship, one of these years we would have figured it out and had to get that World Series chip. So, and that's another thing we were talking about before, is the Dodgers and how they own this town, and that's what we're saying. No matter what you do, no matter how much the Angels have or what players they have on their team, how well they're doing, and if the Angels won the World Series tomorrow, and they've done this before, they did it in 2002. The town doesn't automatically switch, and that's something we were talking about before. Is that the town doesn't switch either for the Clippers. The Clippers I have seen a lot more signage for the Clippers, and I've seen a lot more like murals.
It will never switch
if they win 2 or 3 in a row.
No, still won't. And here's the thing. I went to another rave last weekend. I wore my Clipper gear. I wore my Lou Williams jersey. And
Sweet Lou?
Yeah, Sweet Lou. I wore my Lou Williams jersey and a kilt. And I decided to just walk out and just go out. Why not have a good time? And it's still so weird to me that Laker fans are just always violently opposed to anything Clippers.
Well, and now it's because of your status. Like it's like your little brother is no longer 14 anymore. He's 17 and he's kind of buff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been doing push-ups.
So yeah, he can do push-ups. He can do more push-ups than I can. So we got to put him in his place. That's where the animosity is coming from now. But it was before is
yeah, but these little guys coming to me doing this.
That's what, dude. Have you done security before in your past?
A little bit.
So I did it for about 3 months of my life, and every single time somebody had an issue with me, it was somebody who was about 5'6", 145 pounds.
Yeah, they're all
it was never somebody big. It wasn't some other big guy who wanted to show me how tough he was. We're not the assholes. We're not the Chihuahuas. The Chihuahuas are out there. It's absolute, science. It's I don't know if it's anatomy. I don't know what genealogy. But the big dogs, I don't need to fight you. If we really need to fight, I'm not a fighter. But if I really need to fight somebody, like true anger, and had to fight somebody, somebody would be down on the ground, and I would have my elbow in their face somehow, some way. I wouldn't want to throw punches with anybody because I'm too slow. But I would figure out a way to muscle my way and make sure that nothing happened to me, And I know you would be the same way.
Yeah,
I've seen you.
I'll throw punches.
I've seen you near that level. I can't remember where were we last? Where somebody was trying to mess with us, and you were just like, "Oh, not having it," and I was impressed. So, yeah. So no, I
don't remember this at all.
Of course not. It was like, damn, we're too far along in our lives to be doing shit like this. That's all I remember.
But I was ready to throw down, wasn't I?
Yes, I want to say, God,
I'm thinking Vegas has to be part of this.
Vegas or Coachella.
Yeah, it has to be one of those two stories.
Yeah, but no, it's fantastic. But and that's what I say is that if you go to New York, everyone's wearing Yankee gear. There's always going to be the guy who's a Mets fan. But I'd say 3 out of 4 people who are baseball fans are Yankees fans, and that's safe to say here in Los Angeles. I'd say 3 out of 4 might be a little low. I'd say it's probably like 9 out of 10.
I would say you're correct.
9 out of 10 if you're a basketball fan in Los Angeles.
Actually, I would say you're correct if you're a basketball fan over the age of 15.
Oh, absolutely.
And the reason
because the recent history of the Clippers, I know people whose kids are Clipper fans. Because of Chris Paul, because
and Blake Griffin.
Yes.
Lob City. They were fun to watch. They were a lot.
Absolutely.
And legit, the reason why Ballmer said he was buying it, he said, I wasn't buying it for people now. I'm buying it for the future.
Yeah.
I put the money in because I see the future that this could be and what it could turn into.
But even Lakers fans respect Ballmer. You know that, right?
I haven't seen one yet.
You see him right now.
Okay.
Like I respect their entire front office. I respect Ballmer. I just don't respect the brand. So that's when they talk about
Changing the brand.
I'm on board of that. Like you can't take what everyone thinks is a Clipper, and it's not fair to anybody on the team.
Well, first,
not fair to anybody in
here's a
management.
question. Here's the first question: what's a Clipper?
A loser. An underachiever.
It's actually a ship of war.
No. If we're going there, what's a Laker? I mean, come on.
Lakers from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And that's because they had lakes around.
Yeah,
them. That's why.
And they go back to San Diego. Then go back. Go. We'll root for you in San Diego.
Oh, we love to, but we're going to Inglewood now.
Yeah, I know. It's in the same complex, right? As the Ram station.
Across the street, basically.
Across the street. Okay. Wait, across the street? Where?
It's down. Okay, so you know where the Forum is?
Yeah.
Right south of the Forum, like by the Church's Chicken. It's over that area.
South of Forum is the stadium.
Oh, South Forum Stadium, and then across the street.
That's Century right
and
there.
there should be something real close by that's with the same flight path.
Okay.
Because they said the reason why people are like, we don't want a stadium, we want to build houses, and somebody said you can't because of the flight path. And they won't let you do it so close.
Yeah.
So that's why we're getting the stadium.
That's impressive.
Again, and Ballmer's doing it all out of his pocket.
That's
public money.
amazing. Like, to me, yes, sir. Like, you got billions when you're like, let's just build a stadium.
Yeah, $2 billion. Just take it out the pile. Pull from underneath this. Pull from underneath the
Come on,
sheet.
pull it up for me. Just find out his current net worth. Just Steve Ballmer's current net worth, because we knew he had $20 billion when he bought the Clippers for $2 billion, and we thought, what the hell is he doing?
I want you to guess this number.
It's obviously gone up.
Yeah.
Oh man, but he's not.
And he's number 4
in the world.
Yeah.
He's not. He doesn't own still part of Microsoft.
He still has stock and so much stuff, and he did a lot of stuff.
So, oh my goodness, $30 billion,
Higher,
$40 billion,
higher.
I've only heard of him for 5 years. 5 billion, 50 billion,
51.3 billion.
Wow.
So this is like just legit pocket change to him to go build a stadium. Bezos is 112 billion. And
Yeah.
Gates is 103 billion.
Yeah, stop buying from Amazon and whatever Bill Gates does.
Well, but the Amazon's kind of convenient.
It is, but good Lord,
It's
you don't need anything the next day. I did watch something about that, but on John Oliver, but like the working conditions in order to make sure you get something, your horse's head, because John Oliver does a thing where he buys a fake horse head mask, and he says you don't need it the next day. You just don't. There's nothing about this that says I have to have this the next day. And it's making working conditions. Like if you go to the bathroom and if you're in picking orders at Amazon, they frown upon it if you go to the bathroom.
Holy shit, Ballmer's 6'5".
What?
I'm looking at it. He's 63 years. I pulled him up. 63 years old, 6'5".
I'm impressed that he's that old and that tall, because he didn't look. I thought he was maybe 50-ish, early 50s and maybe 6 feet.
That's just him being so excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was 6'5".
Yeah, 63 years old. That's impressive.
Wow.
That's a lot of energy. I hope to have that much energy like
Tomorrow?
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll never have that much energy.
He is legit the biggest Clipper fan going.
Yeah.
Like all day long.
Which also throws some Laker fans off, because you never saw him in a Clipper game before he bought the team.
Well, shit, when you own it, you start loving it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? When you now put $2 billion into it, and then you're gonna pay $2 billion for another stadium, you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna love this now.
I'm gonna love the shit out of it.
He could have picked it up, but he said if he's gonna pick it, if for $2 billion, he want to keep it in California and keep it in the LA market, because it's a bigger market than Seattle could total.
Yeah.
So, and personally, I just think after being a Clipper fan for I don't know how long and getting all my Clipper shit for cheaper than anything else, and now I got my season tickets, and people are like coming out the woodwork now to ask for tickets, which is y'all can kick rocks.
Is now not a good time to talk about that the Toronto game would be great, and then the Laker game would be cool too, and then maybe the Golden State game, and then just
they can all kick rocks.
Okay. Yeah. StubHub.com. Yeah. So that was going to bring me to another story, but I want to stay on topic here. Remind my I got to go back to StubHub.com.
Will do.
And then so like I said, this town, Chicago Cubs. White Sox can win a World Series in 2015, no, 2005, wasn't it? 2005.
Yeah, 2005.
Yeah, and the Cubs still run around that town. The Jets and the Giants in New York. The Jets will always be the little brother to the Giants. No matter how many Super Bowls that Sam Darnold will not win for them. It's just a matter of it's always the talk is always about like I think they should put another football team in Dallas and see what happens. See if anybody.
That sounds like the biggest waste of money I could think of in my life.
I think Bomber. Bomber should start a team. Can you imagine Bomber versus Jerry Jones in the excitement category?
That'd be awesome. But that's sort of like what you say the Rams and the Chargers right now.
We have a request online for some Spurs tickets.
Yo, he can kiss my ass too.
I'm sorry, Mr. Is it Garcia? I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name, but yeah. No tickets coming your way. Yeah, no, the tickets will be available.
Spurs tickets will be available, no problem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's about a 25% upgrade from face value.
It's the Laker tickets. It's going to be the Laker tickets. Going to be the crazy ones. The Golden State tickets will be crazy. The Raptors tickets, I don't think will be crazy. I think the Nets tickets will be crazy, but I don't think the next tickets will be crazy.
Not this year.
Next year.
Not this year.
So.
No, but I think that people are going to be very interested in seeing the Raptors play them. I mean, obviously,
the Raptors are barely a playoff team now.
Yeah, but more just the fact that it's a respect thing. Maybe that's a game you want to watch on TV. But I think a lot of games you want to watch on TV. I was really excited to see the Yankees are coming to town, like I said, in a couple weeks, and I may not be going to any of the games. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm okay with that. Going to the games isn't what it once was,
it's so expensive, bro.
Whether it's the price of the parking or the price of the beer, the price of the food, there's just something that throws you off. Well, whether Dodger Stadium, whether it's getting into the stadium, it takes so long to get in. It takes so long to park. There's a giant security line to get in. It's not like it's a smooth running security line. It's a giant security line, and it's like, dude. I get it. Like the Dodger brand and maybe baseball brand in general would be shattered if there was a major, terrorist, happening, event that happened there. But man, it feels like I get checked less going on into a plane at the airport than I do going into a Dodger game. Going to Disneyland as well. Disneyland's like that now too. They've
don't they get you right outside the parking structure now? Right?
Yes, they did a whole brand new. They have the second brand. The parking structure is open, so they made one giant screening process. But I'm telling you, this bag right here, it gets squeezed every single one. Before it was like, just show me the bottom of your stroller and you're good to go. Now they're touching everything in your stroller. They're touching everything in your bags, opening up every zipper, and I'm like, good Lord, like. And at first, I thought stadiums didn't want you to do that because they wanted you to spend. They didn't want you to bring in your own food or your own drinks or your own or alcohol because they wanted you to spend money there. And now I think they're doing it under the guise of safety, and I get that. But it's becoming a hassle. So going to games, yeah. You know what, Hector, Caesar, Mr. Garcia, those tickets might be available to you, and we might be able to give you a good discount, maybe only 17% above face value. So
I don't know who you're talking to.
That's Mr.
No, I don't know where the 17% is coming from.
Oh, we're going for more than that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely more.
The seats moved down to the hundreds.
I'm saying, but so whatever your face value is at 17%, that's not good enough. No, not for the Spurs. Remember, the Spurs don't have much anymore.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah.
And Popovich is going to coach whatever he has to the best.
Yeah, to be an 8th seed, it'd be awesome.
The Raptors are going to be a 7th, 8th seed.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking the 76ers game. That's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a fun one.
76ers.
I think 76ers are fun only because they talk a lot of shit.
I think the 76ers are fun because they have some really good players, too. Really good players. I mean, Tobias Harris, I think, is overpaid. But other than that, I mean, they gave Tobias $180 million.
Yeah, you wanted to keep him, you had to overpay him. That's the unfortunate side of that one.
He's good, but I don't think he's $180 million good. He ain't the last shot. He's not the last shot at the end of the game guy,
Is there anybody who's 180 good?
Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. I'd pay Klay Thompson his money. I think
for the Warriors,
even in the system he's in, I think if Klay Thompson went to another system where he plays off the ball enough, he would be worth that money. He'd still get 20 to 25 points a game and maybe throw one of those 50 pointers at you here and there.
I get that.
So.
I think I would have loved to see him play with LeBron. I thought it would have been perfect to play off of him. That's why I think Kuzma might have the same kind of ability to be Kuzma plays a lot of off ball. He's a very good shooter, but I just not sure that he's going to be the guy. The guy anymore. I mean, he's coming off of an Achilles tear, you know, and I don't know. I don't know if I guess you pay him because of what he's done. And Golden State did something very interesting. They paid Draymond early, and they paid Clay to not play for basically not play for most of next year. You know, and that's say, hey, thanks for all the hard work and championships you've brought us, and we're moving into a new arena, and we want to show our fans that we're serious.
Well, you know how much those preseason tickets are?
Preseason
For Golden State Warriors.
Are they playing the Clippers?
No, preseason, just preseason tickets in general.
For the Warriors?
Yeah,
No.
$500 top shelf.
For preseason.
I got a friend who's a big Warriors fan, and he was basically bitching on Facebook about how he can't believe that the Warriors tickets for preseason are that much, and he will have to watch the games at home from here on out at the new arena, at Chase Arena.
We had a comment on Facebook that somebody wants to know what's in the bag, and I'll show them what was in the bag. There you go. This one's for you, buddy. You should have heard the snap earlier, Cabron.
That was a good snap.
That's CBA commenting online. Why don't you get your ass over here for the last hour? You know, you fucking take Uber. Uber. Uber
or Lyft.
Yeah, Lyft. Yeah. So no. But yeah, no. I'm just like I said, the little brother. We were talking about the little brothers, and what's the little brother. Whether it's the Jets, the Clippers, the Angels, the Yankees and Mets. It's unfortunate because I would like to see Mike Trout win a World Series. You know what I mean? Like
he will, just like Tim Salmon did, like year 19.
I don't like when he's not playing well. When he's not the key guy. Like when you're the best. Like I know in baseball it's different. There's a lot more pieces involved. In basketball, if you're the best player in the game, you're probably going to be in the heavy playoff run. There's a very few people you can think of, and I'd say the first one that comes to my mind is Chris Paul and Carmelo. Those two guys that never made it to a finals. Excuse me. And
yeah, I was right. Tim Salmon, year 12, when he finally won a championship for the Angels, and he played until 2006.
I don't think,
and he had 3 MVPs.
Not 3 team MVPs, not 3 MVPs.
See, it says MVP.
Yeah, he never won an MVP.
Oh, he was voted 7th. Let me go.
He won Rookie of the Year, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's voted 7th in 1 year, 7th another year, 14th in another year.
Yeah. So
and run Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Our friend CBA is online saying that he's stuck in Las Vegas, so the Uber ride might be a little expensive. Of course, he's stuck in Vegas.
That's not my problem. You saw my search price last night?
Yeah, and then $60,000 for Raider tickets for a 5-year deal. You want to put out $60,000?
No.
Come on, I think it's a good investment.
I think it's a great investment, honestly, if you can get the cheap ones, because you get tickets for everything that comes in there, which means when the Super Bowl hits here, the Super Bowl will be there twice. It'll be a Super Bowl in Vegas and Super Bowl in LA, like alternating years, I'm going to guess, because those are going to be the 2 newest stadiums. We're going to knock it out. Perfect weather, can fit everybody who needs to be fit in there, no problem. But please quit doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't even hear that. It's awesome.
So
that was a CBA moment right there.
The one thing I think about is if you did buy those tickets, no matter what, those tickets will be sold every weekend. You have 8 games, and you have 8 fans coming in from anywhere else, and they will want to go see their team, and you bust all those tickets right there.
I wonder if the Raiders are going to put some sort of kibosh on reselling the tickets.
No, I don't. The guy. I talked to the guy last week
because I know that the Denver Broncos, they have a rule that you cannot resell your tickets. There's such a waiting list for their tickets that you're not allowed to resell them. So there was a story we talked about in the air last year at some point, and it was about the fact that a gentleman had a brand new baby. His wife was, with the way the pregnancy was and where the birth was, it was like he wasn't going to be able to go to the games that year. He sold them basically at face value, or gave them to friends, and the Broncos found out about it and reneged his tickets. They took away his tickets because of the fact that he resold them. And I say that there is such an opportunity in Vegas because there are so many out of town visitors, so many people out of town. So can you imagine everybody let's just Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's just say it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everybody in Jacksonville is looking at the schedule going, when are we playing the Raiders in Vegas? And they're going to make their extended weekend around that trip. So it's going to be, let's go spend the Friday, Saturday in Vegas, Sunday night at the game, leave Monday morning. It's like it'll actually help with the airport traffic when the Raiders are there. Because those eight games that they have at the stadium will actually help on Sundays, because a lot of people will stay till Monday to watch the Raider game. So
yeah, I my best guess was no matter what you did, that stadium's going to be full, and it's going to be full just like the Golden Knights were full. The Golden Knights figured, hey, people come to Vegas, they're going to come to Vegas anyway to come see, to do what they normally do, but now you can see your hockey team to come see them.
Last October, I got convinced to go to a Golden Knights game in Vegas when I went.
How was it?
When I went it was a lot of fun. The tickets were over $300 a piece. And now, mind you, we had like fifth row on the glass, kind of really great seat. But my buddy who told me, let's go to the game, said, oh, yeah, it won't be more than $200. And I went, even at that point, I was like, man, I don't want to spend that much money for a hockey game that I don't care about who wins and loses. I don't mind sitting up top kind of deal. But he convinced me, and then the tickets came out. I was like, oh, because it's a weekend, it was a Saturday night game, it was over $300 for the ticket. And I sucked it up, and I made the payment, and I gave him his money, and, what's done is done. But, yeah, no, anything you buy, any part of that Raiders property in Vegas, at least for the first 5 to 10 years, is gold.
Oh, yeah.
It's printing money. So I think you should call that guy back. And I think we should partner up on one more thing. I don't know. I'm trying to buy a house right now. Hold on. Let me think about this. No, never mind. Forget about what I just said.
Are you sure?
I'm trying to be responsible. It does say that my wife is watching. I'll let her comment and then decide if I can buy Raider tickets as well.
She hates the Raiders. It's okay.
So do I. I'm a Raider hater too. I'll never go to any of those games. You kidding me? Even if I was in town, I would want to shake the person of the hand the hand of the person who bought the tickets from me, because it's going to be at least 100% markup.
At least
I'd say, yeah.
And let's not count any stadium tours and stuff like that they're going to be doing on top of it.
Yeah.
And so you got rights of first refusal for those stadiums or those tours that come in, maybe like Taylor Swift or some crap like that, and you can still make the money because that stadium's going to be the one when they bring in the real studio act, real stadium acts like what's a good one?
So now they play where? They play with Thomas and Mack.
They play Thomas and Mack, and they play at the T-Mobile Arena.
Right, but there is an outdoor state. They play at the where UNLV plays.
Thomas and Mack.
But UNLV, that's Thomas and Mack is the basketball, but the football stadium.
Oh, where they play the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah. So that's what they play. Sam. It's the Sam. Who's he owns a casino. It's a whole casino with his name on it. It's a crappy casino, a local one.
Binions?
Yeah. No. God damn it, Sam.
Stations?
No, he actually it's his name. And I can't remember the name. It's part of the B group, the B Connected group. It's Gold Coast is part of it, and I can't remember. New Orleans is part of it.
Sam Boyd Stadium.
Yeah, Sam Boyd. Yeah. So it's Boyd Gaming. So that's the B. So yeah, no. So it's printing money, and so it should be one of those opportunities. If you got a little bit of extra cash and you happen to be a minuscule Raiders fan, go for it. Put some money out there. Just pay your $6,000 seat license. Trust me, you'll get it. Can you recoup $6,000? That's the problem.
I think you can do it in a year and a half.
That's $6,000 on top of the cost of the ticket.
Ticket cost is $19.50.
What's that?
Ticket cost each was $19.50 for that section.
$1,950.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $8,000 for the first year is going to cost you.
Yes.
And then there's only 8 games.
Yeah. Well, plus 2 preseasons.
Right, but yeah, that's a tough. Woo, that's a tough.
Raider fans would probably do
$1,000 a ticket to pay a shitty seat. Oh man, you basically have to charge $500-$600 easy, for 3 years. That's how I see it, And
then remember, you still got the shows coming through, whatever it's going to be, because it's a seat licensing field where you get the seat for 30 years. Is what they said.
Really?
So when you pay that 6,000 or 3,000, what it is, you get that seat for 30 years. That's your seat for the next
So
30 years.
I should get the Rams tickets with the only $100 seat license
If they have it for 30 years,
when
yeah.
the Olympics come, I get the first right there.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it's time to do some investing.
Dude, legit. I was thinking about how if we didn't have this, what we're doing right now, how much things you can invest in and make it work, especially in the sports. Because we look at StubHub, we look at all other places where you can get the resale tickets, and honestly, if you do the timing right, certain places should have a very high value on it. I mean, currently with the Clipper tickets, those things went up. Those things went up a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the day before the trade, I got a call from my season ticket agent, and I just ignored it. So I'm thinking it's no biggie. And they were asking, do you want to come back in? Do you want to do it? And I'm like, I already have tickets. And they were saying, then that night the trade of Kawhi happened. And I'm like, oh. And I called them up. Can I make my season? Can I make my tickets for the whole season? No, you can't do full seasons anymore. So it's only half seasons. They got me. They got me real close. But I had my tickets, so I was all right.
Yeah, and you'll have the opportunity. They'll always give you the opportunity the following year to get back into it because it's just like the Rams when the Rams here the first year if it doesn't come to fruition and it's not a championship raising banner season, people will drop out, regardless. So yeah, but oh man, that's pretty good. I think it might be if we've got something queued up right now. A bathroom break time. Come back here and talk a little bit more. If we got something ready to go.
Give me a second.
All right, no problem. So again, thank you for cheering, looking in tonight with us. It's Chaotic Radio. I am the Jew, Jeremy G. That's B back there, and we'll see y'all in like 2-3 minutes. All right, peace.
Let's go now.